Volume up. Hi, this is Ariel Grace from A Gang of Girls Radio. I'm just checking my volume. There it is. All right, cool. So, hello, good evening, happy Sunday. Is it hot or what? It has been so hot this week. Holy cow. So, I hope everybody's cooling off and maybe sitting in front of a fan. I don't know, but it's been pretty darn hot. So tonight we're going to be talking about haunted people, and we're going to be hi, how are ya? We're going to be talking about haunted objects and haunted peeps. Okay, hey Darla, because the past couple weeks I've done some readings, and I just want to go over some things with you to help you in case, you know, you come across something or someone or even you have a problem with hauntings and with different other things, okay? So I'm going to give you some handy tips and tricks so you can check that out. Okay, so let me do the announcements first. So if you're looking for somebody who is, hey Rebecca, if you're looking for someone who is, or who can help you speak to people on the other side, your family, friends, loved ones, check out Psychic Theo. He can help you out with closure and that. You can check him out at psychictheo.com. For those of you who want astrology consults, you can go to karmiclaw.com. Rockin' Reverend Rhonda can help you out. Okay? Also, remember Mercury goes into retrograde on 7/26. Yeah. So keep that in mind as the month goes on, you know, because you never know what could happen. Remember to be patient. All right? All right, and if you're looking for a medical intuitive, check out Marcella Zinner at marcellaz.com. All right, so I am still doing the July special. I have some openings this upcoming week and the next week. So check that out. You can go to arielgrace.net. Hi, Theo. You can go to arielgrace.net and you can book with me. Click on the contact page. The only way you can contact me really is through email. That's how you make appointments with me. That's how it is. So the July special is $60 for an hour, and I'm still doing it. So call or email me and make an appointment with me, okay? All right, so I want to thank everybody. I put all the books on sale last week. What? And I got the numbers in on Monday. There were over 200 downloads. I'm so very grateful. So for those of you that downloaded, please remember to review all books that are on Amazon, because it really helps the authors. Okay, it helps bring it up in the ranks. So, and I want to know what you think. So check it out. So I'll be referring a lot to 3 of the books that I've written, Psychic Story series, okay? So there's actually a book, it's called Haunted, A Psychic Story. Yeah, you can get it at arielgrace.net. You can actually preview it, see if you like it. All right, so we're going to go over some things that are in that book, because we have had, like I said, I've had some readings. Peeps are having a hard time with, like, haunted people, haunted objects. We're not going to talk about haunted homes, okay? We're not doing that tonight. I've talked about that a lot. If you have any problems, let me know. Hi, Amy. So, tonight, haunted objects, okay? So there's lots of museums that have haunted objects. Why do they put them in museums, or why do they put them in places? Why don't they just destroy them? Well, destroying a haunted object really doesn't help anything, because it's a spirit that's attached to the object, right? So What they do instead is they take those objects and they do things with them. They contain them. And they have special ways of doing that. And I actually have a story about, and it happened to me. I went to go look at a rental house in Virginia, and there was this baby doll. You know those rubber baby dolls, old school? Well, it was hanging, somebody had made a noose and hung it. And I was like, holy crap. So I went over and I took the baby doll off the noose and I laid it down on the floor. Well, we continued to look at the house and I found myself back looking at the baby. And I was like, what the heck's going on here? And I picked the baby up and I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I put the baby back down and I was talking to the lady that was renting the place, and I don't even remember doing this, but when I got in the car, that little baby doll was sitting in my lap in the car. And I was like, I became conscious of it, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I took the baby doll home, and I kind of started freaking out a little bit about this baby doll. Like, it was making me feel really weird. I gave it a bath. I put a clean t-shirt on because at the time my kids were little. So I put a clean t-shirt on this baby doll. And, I was just like, what do I do with this thing? Because it was freaking me out a little bit. I was like off kilter. Hey, Mom. And so I ended up with this baby doll. And then I was still I was having some like really weird vibes from it. And you can ask my mom. She's listening right now. I don't know if she remembers this. But so I took the baby doll and I actually put it outside in the barbecue. And all night I couldn't sleep. I didn't know what it was because at the time I didn't know what a haunted object was. So I didn't know about it. Hey, Rhonda. So I put the barbecue outside, had weird dreams, didn't really sleep that good. I called my friend Chastanika Eagle and I said, hey, I have this doll I brought home and I don't know what the heck to do with it. She's like, well, I know somebody who can help you. So I went to go see this person and it was a really good person and they explained to me what a haunted object was. So a haunted object is something that has a spirit that is attached to it. And this baby doll had a little girl spirit attached to it. All right? So I had to take the baby doll and I wrapped her up. I put her in a box, put rose petals in the box, and salt. Okay, so rose petals for love, right? Roses. Because the smell of roses is the smell of love. It is that is the highest vibration of all, and it can transform things, and it can help this haunted object, right, clear and release. And so the salt helps release as well. So what salt will do is it absorbs frustration, sorrow, sadness, anger, all that kind of stuff. It absorbs it. And that's why, the old wives' tales, they always say, put salt on the doorstep or salt on your windowsills to keep spirits out. And they won't come in if you got that salt there. Even people won't come in. And you don't have to make this big, line. Just make a little line, little tiny line of kosher salt on your door sills and windowsills. And so that makes a barrier. And you'll notice too that when you do it and you intend only for the highest good of the house to come in, you'll notice that some people will make excuses. They can't come in. They won't be able to come in. And if they do get in your house, they won't be able to stay. It's pretty cool. You might want to try it out. It's fun. Okay, so that is a way of helping a haunted object. the other thing too is to get a hold of people that have haunted museums, and some people will actually come to you and pick up that object and take it from you. Okay, so if you pick up something, or if you're compelled to pick up something and take it home and you got some freaky shit happening, call somebody who knows what to do with it. Contain it, put it in salt, get some rose petals, put it on there, contain it. Call the haunted museums, come and get it. Because there are a lot of haunted objects. If you've heard of John Zaffis, he has a museum that has all that kind of stuff in there too. I think there's one in Michigan, or no, there's one like in Boston or something. There's one in Nebraska, so these guys know what to do with these objects. Okay? And they'll take care of it for you. So please do that, okay? All right. Okay, so, right. So my mom's like saying, I'm reading Haunted now. I remember this happening. I thought it was a little strange she thought I was, just wigging out, because she was new to it too. And she was like, I don't know what the heck is wrong with you. So, yeah. And when you go to thrift stores, because I'm like the thrift store queen. I love the thrift store. And there's a lot of objects in thrift stores too that have things attached to them, or energy attached to them. And so what you can do, especially with furniture, if you have a yard, stick that furniture outside for a while. Overnight, clean it up, then bring it in. And as you're cleaning it, fill it with white light. With clothing and things like that, take the clothes, wash them. That's why you have a washing machine. Wash them. If you bring home objects or whatever, clean them. Actually clean them. Put them under the water, wash them off, clean them. Because you want to clear off other people's energy anyway. And you also want to clear off objects, right? You want to clear that stuff off. So that's one way of keeping your house clear, so that you don't have any, you don't have hauntings. Because nobody likes that. It's a pain in the butt. Okay, so it is very curious and interesting, but at the same time, it can create havoc within your house. And you don't want that, especially if you have kids. You don't want it. Okay, so the next thing is haunted people. Okay, so I've met a lot of haunted people. Yep. I've met people that have stuff like spirits attached to them, and cleared spirits off of them. I've had spirits attached to me. I had this one spirit. This was like a really cool story, because it'll give you an idea of what an attachment is like. When I was in New Mexico, I had gone to a person's house, and I got a little baby spirit. It was like a toddler. And it attached itself to me because it saw that, I was a mom. And so the baby's name was Michael. And I thought I was pregnant. And there was no way I was going to be pregnant, just because, of things that I do. So, yeah, Amy says she can't wear other people's clothes. So, especially shoes. So that's what to wash them. If you can't wash them, don't wear them. Just get new clothes. But this baby spirit had attached itself to me, and I thought I was pregnant, and there was no way I could have been pregnant, because I can't. And I was feeling even nauseous, morning sickness, everything. And finally figured out that this little kid had attached himself, and he was like a toddler. And it actually took a while to get him to go to the other side, to move to the other side. So, see how a spirit attachment can affect you. Like, something like that, it can affect you. Big people spirits can affect you. And I always give this because it's silly, but say you're in a bar, and your favorite drink is a martini, dirty martini, and you're ordering a beer, and you don't drink beer. You don't even like beer. That's like an influence. So that's why I'm always saying be present. So when you're out and about, if something attaches itself to you, you know, because it's going to influence you to do what it wants, not what you want, or not what you would normally do, right? Or you might even get a headache or pains in your body pains, things like that. A lot of people get dizzy, like they'll have like dizzy stuff going on. They'll feel dizzy because what happens is the crown chakra is like is fluctuating because of it. And it's like going, hey, pay attention. Okay. So you want to make sure that your energy field is clear. If you start feeling funky, I do have a meditation. It's at arielgrace.net. Click on the meditation tabs, and I actually think it's the first one. It's the clearing and balancing meditation. It takes 5 minutes, and it guides you to clear your energy field, because you want to get that thing out of there as soon as you start feeling it. Okay? You don't want it hanging out. I know I've heard some people, oh yeah, well I got these spirits and they're attached to me and they give me info. Yeah, I don't want that. That's not good. It's going to make your energy field all nasty and icky. And it's going to influence you to do stuff that is not for your higher and better good. You want to make sure that you're always doing stuff for your better and higher good. So, Theo says a friend of his does paranormal investigations, has a museum of objects in southern Illinois. So if you have like some objects, get a hold of Theo and let him know, and he'll refer you to the haunted museum in Illinois. I didn't know there was one in Illinois. Oh, cool. So you want to make sure that you're clear. Yeah, you don't want goo and cooties. Okay? Because I knew this gal in Virginia that I worked with. Her name's Fran. And she was just lovely. The first time I met her, though, she had just gotten out of the psych ward for probably like the 5th or 6th time. And she had gone in because she had tried to kill herself. So she had been in for a while. And when the first time I saw her, she was getting out of the psych ward. Her mom brought her over. She was like in her 20s. And they had heard about me. And she was like, you're the only person I feel like can help me. I don't know what's wrong with me and why I do these things. I don't feel like I'm like mentally ill. And I was like, as soon as she walked in, I saw 5 spirits trailing behind her. And I was like, oh gosh. Well, we figured out that she's had these spirits with her ever since she was a little girl. And these spirits did all kinds of stuff to get her attention. And they did all kinds of stuff to get her mother's attention. Her mother was really stressed out. She did not want her child to have to go back into a psych ward. She didn't want her child to take her own life. And so it took us 6 months to get rid of these spirits. 6 months. When Fran came to me, she had not bathed. She looked horrible. In 6 months, after releasing these spirits, she was able to hold down a job at a little motel. She had her own place to live. She was doing really good. So that's how they can affect you, and you don't want that. It's not cool to have them attached to you. Okay? So different things will happen. Like we had one gal come in to the business up in Chicago, and as soon as she walked in and she starts telling us about her husband, and I'm like, where's your husband? Well, he's in spirit form. And he's here right now. And as soon as she said that, our radio in there, the volume went really high. I was like, great. So I let him know that he needed to leave the store and that he needed to leave everything in the store alone. And he did leave. He walked out. The next day, when she came back in, we were able to release him so that he would not haunt her anymore. So you want to make sure, hey Marie, how you doing? So, hi Darcy. So you want to make sure that like these, if you get an attachment, if you feel weird, if you feel dizzy, nauseous, if you're doing stuff that you would not normally do, you know, you may have an attachment. And so you may want to see a psychic medium that can assist you, okay, with the release of that spirit. You want to make sure to get rid of it. You do not want it in your energy field. All right? All right. So some people have asked me about mental disabilities and spirits and also possession. So we're going to talk about possession, and then we're going to talk about mental issues and addiction. Because addiction also, spirits can influence addiction. Okay, so with possession, like with Fran, she had these spirits with her since she was a little girl. I think she was like 5 years old when the first spirit attached to her. Okay, and so she was not possessed, but what they were doing was they were breaking her down so that eventually she could be. So you don't want to get that far. Possession does not happen overnight. It doesn't. And it has to do with the will of the person as well. If they have a strong will, probably not going to happen. If they're weak, it'll happen. But it's not going to happen like right now. So it does take time. And when you see it on TV, remember, it's TV or it's a movie, okay? So don't believe everything you hear or see in the media. They're just showing you a story, all right? But there are those people that does happen to. And what the spirit does is it breaks them down. You know, it's like a bully. It just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing until it's in there. And then it's hard to get out. And if that happens, you know, you need to see a priest. You do. You need to see a Catholic priest. And the reason why you need to see a Catholic priest is because they have special juju. They do. They have that special ordainment juju that goes with them. And they also know how to assist with that type of situation. Okay? And I don't usually refer people to exorcism because I feel like exorcism is mean. It's awful. It's an awful thing to do. If all you need to do is clear your energy field and release that spirit. Okay? So you want to do that. You want to make sure that your energy field is clear and you've released. So go see somebody who you trust, who you know does good work. Look for referrals, look at reviews. Really look at that person to make sure they're not full of crud. Okay? Okay. And if you need me to refer you, I will. You know, Theo, he's listening right now. Theo can do it. I can do it. Melinda Carver can do that. So there's a lot of people that can assist with the release of spirits in your energy field. So make sure that you get it done. Okay? Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about addiction. All right, we're going to talk about how spirits will influence you as far as addiction and alcoholism. That is one of their first steps. You know, they want to get you out. They want to get you out in left field so that they can take over. And how do they get you out in left field? They influence you to do drugs and drink alcohol. So, and I'm not saying don't do drugs or don't drink alcohol. Well, don't do drugs because drugs suck. It's awful. If you drink alcohol and you're like, you drink 1 or 2 martinis a night, okay. But if you are drinking like a fish You need to like look at that and go, why do I drink like a fish? What's going on with me? How can I get some assistance? Okay? Because that's the first thing spirits look for, man. Bam! They're in there. If you ever go into a bar, there are spirits in the bar. Everybody goes, oh yeah, they're hanging out at the graveyards. They're not hanging out at the graveyards. They don't want to hang at the graveyards. They're at the bar. Because guess why? They can find somebody to influence. Right? So they're going to be there and they're going to be like, oh, please, drink that Jack Daniels because I miss it. And so you'll be sitting there drinking Jack Daniels all night, not knowing why. And it's because you're being influenced by a spirit, and maybe that spirit might go home with you. Yeah. So make sure, you are being aware, being present in your body, being aware, while you're drinking, so that you're not getting attachments. So Amy says, a few years ago, I had not been feeling myself, and I scheduled a pranic healing session, and the practitioner said, we're not alone. Someone has attached themselves to you. And as soon as she said that, immediately, every hair on my body stood on end and I burst into hysterics, which was not me crying, but the spirit. We got it to go. She said it liked my energy and wanted to tag along. And yes, they do. She said I picked it up in a hotel room or a cemetery. So not all cemeteries are haunted. Some of them are very haunted. I've been to some that are stood outside. I didn't cross into it. I was just like, whoa, yeah, hi. So if you feel uncomfortable about a place, like you don't want to go, like to a hotel or even, any place, and as soon as you cross the threshold and you don't feel good about being there, leave. Just leave. Who cares what other people think? It's you. You're taking care of you, right? Right. You come first. You are the first person. So, and look at the history of some of the places too, because there's some hotels in Chicago. There's hotels that I know of in Chicago that are very haunted. They're really haunted. And, you want to walk around them. You want to walk across the street and go around them. And I've seen some other places, in different areas of the United States that I've been to. There's even some churches I won't go into. Because back in the day in the Southwest, they used to hang the Indians in the churches from the rafters. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Yeah, let's go to church. So, if you feel uncomfortable walking over a threshold or even going to a place, check it and see why. Look at it. Look at the reviews. Look how old it is. All of these things. Because even a new place can be haunted and you can pick up stuff. Okay? So, and you don't want to drag that stuff around. The other thing is that spirits look at you and they see your bright light. They see this wow, look at that bright light. It is so beautiful. I like it. And so, there you go. You got another attachment. So a lot of paranormal people, they actually do clearing stuff, clearing meditations and things like that before and after an investigation. Obsidian is really good to wear. Tourmaline is really good to wear. Hematite, really good to wear. Andesite, really good to wear. Anything that will assist with keeping you present and also keeping you grounded. Okay? So you can wear those kinds of stones. You can carry salt with you. If you're going on an investigation, make sure that you've got, you have your protection up. However you do your protection, whatever that may be. I always tell people, put a bubble around you with a mirror facing outward. Why do you have the mirror facing outward? Because anything that comes to you, towards you is going to see their reflection in the mirror, and they're going to go, oh, turn around, walk away. Okay? So you want to do things like that to protect yourself so you don't get attachments. All right? Okay. If you become more emotional than what you normally are or something like that too, check. Check, check, check. All right? Because I always talk about like maintenance. You need to maintain yourself. Maintain your energy field, so important. Maintain you, so important. You do not want goo and cooties in your energy field to make you heavier. You want to be lighter and brighter. Okay? Okay, so these are all like handy tips and tricks that you can use to assist you with not getting attachments or realizing that you have an attachment. And you want to make sure that, if any of your people, your family or anyone like that, look at them. If that feels weird, really focus on them and see what's going on with them that they feel weird about. Okay? Okay, because there's a lot of different kinds of spirits out there. They're not just spirits that, are human, that are running around this earth. There's other types of spirits out there. And, you need to look at them and see what they are. Because there's different things for different people, and different environments. So you want to make sure of what you're dealing with too. Because it could be something totally different, right? Okay, I met this gal in New Mexico. She was a nut. She was. As soon as I met her, I'm like, oh my God, this woman is a nut. All she could talk about was Star Trek, Battleship Galactica, Star Wars, and aliens. And she kept repeating herself. And finally, I just started really paying attention to her instead of trying to block her out. And I looked at her, and she was just, as I looked at her, everything changed about her. And I actually had to go up to her, grab her shoulders, and shake her and say, who are you and what do you want? Because what was in her was not human. Okay? And she was talking about, all these things that I could relate to get my attention, to pay attention to her, to get her clear. And that was scary because I had never had to do something like that. But, I actually had to physically grab her and shake her. And as soon as I said, who are you and what do you want? That thing left. And she didn't remember 6 months of her life. So, it's not just spirits that run around. So you want to make sure that you know yourself really well. Your relationship with yourself is so very important. Okay? So, yeah, wild times. Yay! Anyway, so these are all handy tips and tricks for you. For you to consider, to help you so that you're feeling good and you are doing your thing, okay? And you're clear and you don't have any goo and cooties in your energy field. I want to make sure of that. So, all right. I know everybody's probably got stories and stuff, but think about your stories and think about the people that you've met and think about your life and the craziness of it or the interesting parts of it. And see where it was that maybe some kind of strange thing happened to you or you had an attachment or something else. Sometimes they will go away on themselves, all by themselves. They'll just hitchhike onto somebody else if you don't pay enough attention to them. But if you keep hearing stuff that you don't normally hear, you're not usually clairaudient and you keep hearing things, pay attention to what is being said. Because a lot of times if they want to go home, they're going to talk about going home. They're going to say, I want to go home. Can you bring me home? Can you take me home? I want to go home. And so there are ways that you can do that. All right, so there's all these different ways that you can send them home, and you can try it. Okay? You can try this. It's easy. You can visualize a bridge going into the light. You can visualize a tunnel going into the light. You can visualize, my favorite thing to do is a window. I visualize a window, and as I look out the window, it's a beautiful sunny day. And I don't try to change that at all. And I open the window. And I say, everything you want and desire is through the window. And I keep saying it. Everything you want and desire is on the other side of the window. And you may start to see like other spirits on the other side of the window. And those spirits are there on the other side of the window to greet that person. So don't worry about them coming in. They're not going to come in because your intention is to open the window so they can leave, right? So that's what you want to do. Hi, Richard. So don't try to change what the window looks like. If the window and the scenery in the window changes, let the scenery change. Because once you open that window, that's their exit. That's where they're going. So let it be. And you'll either feel it, see it, know it, or hear it as it goes out the window. As soon as it goes out of the window, close the window. You're done. You don't have to do it again. Okay? So those are easy ways of doing it. And if you feel like you cannot do it, you cannot get rid of your attachment on your own. Like I said, there are a lot of good psychic mediums that can assist you with that. Because a psychic medium doesn't just talk to the people on the other side. They do other things as well. All right? And like I said, Theo, he can help you. Melinda Carver can help you. I can help you. So check it out. Okay? If you want more help, you can read Haunted, A Psychic Story. It's at arielgrace.net, and you can preview it there too. So just go there, click on the author page. You'll see the books. And click where it says click here. You can preview the book and see if it can assist you or see if it resonates with you. All right? All right. So we just want to keep it clear, keep it clean. Okay? Okay, so before we take off tonight, we're going to do the clearing, the centering and balancing meditation so you know what it is. You can feel it and see if it resonates with you. If it does not resonate with you, go on YouTube and see if you can find a good clearing meditation for yourself. And try to do a clearing meditation at least once or twice a week just to maintain your energy field. Because maintenance is important. Okay? Okay. All right. So we're going to do the meditation now. Sit back, relax, and then take a nice deep breath. Take another deep breath. Take a deep breath and breathe in your favorite color of the day, whatever color that may be, and breathe it in all the way down to the insides of your toes, filling each toe, your feet, your ankles, your calves, filling your knees, your thighs, the core of your being, allowing the color to clean and clear your cellular structure, bringing it back into perfection as you breathe in that color. Watch as the color cascades down your arms and into your fingertips, filling each finger, the palms of your hands, your thumbs, filling your wrists up to your elbows, your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And you fill yourself up so much that you can see the color coming out. Your eyebrows and eyelashes, your fingernails and toenails, the tips of your hair. The color comes out the pores of your skin. Now, visualize at the bottom of your feet a vortex or a tornado. With each breath that you take, the vortex spins faster and faster, cleaning and clearing your energetic field with each breath that you take as the vortex spins faster and faster, moving up over your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, the core of your being, your shoulders, your neck, and your head. And with each breath that you take, the vortex spins faster and faster, cleaning and clearing your energetic field, moving out all thoughts, ideas, and energies that are no longer serving you, pushing it out to the universe with each breath that you take as the vortex spins faster and faster. Now, take a deep breath and release the vortex. Very good. That was easy, right? Yeah, and quick. Easy and quick. So you can do that whenever you want, however many times you want, to clean and clear your energy field. Because right now you should feel pretty good, right? Okay, so Amy wants to know, can you ask them to leave? Yeah, you can ask them to leave. They might. It just depends. You've been with me walking through haunted houses and stuff like that. So you know that it's different for each situation. So, and you know. So if you're having a problem, you need to let me know. Okay? All right. So that's what we were talking about this week, is haunted people and haunted objects, giving you some ideas and handy tips to keep clear. Okay? So if you have problems or anything, let me know. You can check out Clarity 101. That's my blog on the arielgrace.net webpage. Okay? Hey, Lisa. You can do it like you can do that. You can send me an email at agangofgirlsinc@gmail.com and I'll answer your questions. There's all these different tools for all of you in so many different places to learn about these types of things, haunted objects and haunted people. Okay? So look at them, really consider it, and think about it, and think about other people, you. All right? Okay. So if I've been doing these Facebook Live events for, I think, 10 weeks now. And if you go to a Gang of Girls Radio or a gangofgirls.com and scroll down the front page, you're going to see the archives of each Facebook Live event. So if you want to go check that out, last week we were talking about soulmates and soul groups. We're going to continue our conversation next week about soulmates, soul groups, and we're also going to talk about karma. Yeah. Hey, karma's fun, right? Yeah. So we're going to do some karmic stuff, and I'm going to give you some karmic homework. And it'll be fun for you, okay? So, because I only give fun homework, and that way, too, you can check your life. So think about this. Before we even do next week's Facebook Live event, look at your life. And look at the relationships in your life. Good, bad, and different. However. And see where there might be, maybe you had to balance some karma. Yeah. Because remember, karma is neither good nor bad. It's karma. It's energy. That's all it is. And we are here to balance karma, in each lifetime. So each lifetime we come in with stuff that we want to balance out. And so we run into people, soulmate, soul group, person, spirit, whatever. And we got to balance it. So think about that this week. And yeah, if you need me, I'm here. You know how to get a hold of me? You can go to gangofgirls.com or arielgrace.net, hit the contact button, send me an email. And I will email you back. Sometimes I don't email you right back because, hey, I got to work, right? Got appointments and stuff. So between appointments, that's what I do. I'll email you. All right? All right. So everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. I just love doing this. It's very fun for me. And remember, A Gang of Girls Radio is going to be back live on the air in September. So we're going to bring it back in. We've got a lot of retrogrades going on and I have a lot of stuff to get caught up on right now. So as soon as I get caught up, that's when we're going live again. It'll be very fun for us. Yeah. So have a wonderful week. Keep your hearts open and align with the energy of love. Good night.